How do you know if the actions that you're taking are setting back feminism? I'm thinking specifically of the idea of, I'm just a girl. We're going to talk a little bit about that right after this intro. And welcome back to another episode of the Daily Donna with me, your host, Dr. Donna Oriolo, sex and relationship therapist in Washington, D.C. metro area, author of Drink Water and Mind Your Business, a Black woman's guide to unlearning the BS and healing self-esteem. The question I have been having is I'm just a girl. Is it part of the BS? Do we need to unlearn that? And I'm gonna give you my quick short answer, which is no, but I'm gonna tell you why. Let me cook, okay? So there I was in Home Depot, and a girl needed things like plywood, trim. I needed a 2x4, but I needed cut into 11-inch pieces. And it's not like it's my first time inside of a Home Depot, but it is my first time having needs this great by myself. I felt like such a big girl, right? Because let me tell you that the people on social media will gas you up, making you think that you too can do the thing that they were doing, right? I wanted to reinforce my bookshelves, reinforce this IKEA wardrobe, reinforce it because, in moving things from one room of my house to another, some things got damaged, some things decided, hey, we don't work like that. And you working us a little too hard. And this flimsy back that I originally came with is a little too flimsy for me to stand right now. So I'm thinking, all right, bet. I'm not buying a brand new something when I can just go spend maybe like $100 or $150 aside like a Lowe's or a Home Depot or whatever and go get the things that I need. So I go do that, and let me tell you that I am just a girl got activated real heavy. I am standing there looking at plywood, don't know really which one you're supposed to get because there are a bunch of different types. There's a wood that I hadn't heard of. I'm just like, okay. So, enter man. Man comes and says, what are you looking for, sweetheart? I'm like, well, I need this. This is the first time that I did not object to somebody calling me sweetheart. I would also like to say, because I'm quick to be like, no, thank you. Don't do that. But he's just like, what's going on? What you need? And he directed me to which type of plywood would be best for the project that I was doing. All right, bet. He also left me alone to my own devices after, which I appreciate. Then I head over to the aisle with the lumber because I told you I needed a 2x4, but I'm a big head down. So I just go ahead and I go grab the one that I'm thinking, yes, I want that one. It looks good. Well, there enter another man. He says, you need a 2x4? Yes. You need it for a project in your house? Yes. He's just like, don't take that one. Oh, he's just like, here, let me give you this one. This one is better. You can see it like this. I'm looking like, enter teacher. I'm just like, oh, thank you. Right? I am struggling with my little cart now because I've got my lumber. I've got my piece of wood, and I've got my plywood, and I know that I need other materials. I don't exactly know what these materials are, but now enter Home Depot man employee. He's just like, what you need help with, sweetheart? I need these things cut. I need it cut like this, like this, like this. He's just like, I got you. And then enter another employee. He's just like, you need this cut? I do. How do you need it cut? I'm like, 11-inch long pieces. He's just like, we don't do that. I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. He's just like, I got you, but just know that that's not a thing where we cut, because that sounds like project cuts, and we don't do project cuts. And I was just like, oh, that's good to know. He's just like, I got you. And I'm just like, I'm just a girl. I did not know what they are allowed and not allowed to do. I didn't know what they were allowed and not allowed to cut, how many cuts they're allowed to make. And let me tell you that there was also patience inside the Home Depot, because I was taking up a lot of their time with the cuts and things that they were doing. And not one person rolled their eyes, not no one complained. There was no grumbling, there was no nothing. They're just like, no, you go ahead. Because I'm thinking, oh, I'll just take this piece, and y'all go, no. They're like, no, you got it. You're doing good. I'm just like, thank you. I was directed to the trim. I didn't get it. I was directed to the wood glue that I knew I needed. Also didn't get it. Couldn't figure out which one was a wood screw. And I decided a girl was overwhelmed and was ready to go. Here's the point. The point is that there is something delicious about just a girl, about being just a girl who does not know what to do or how to navigate this a new space. And I'm firstborn, I'm first gen. I'm, supposed to be the one to lead my sisters into the charge, right? I'm supposed to set a good example for my sisters. And I would say taken on that identity very strongly. And I know that many of us have. There are many identities that have been bestowed upon us that we kind of run with a little bit, right? Like the magic of Black girlhood, as well as the strongness of Black womanhood. Whether or not we meant to do it on purpose, it ends up being a part of the thing that we do. Right on down to the idea of resilience, which is such a disgusting word. Maybe we need a whole other video on that. But the point is this, that you've got all of these identities, but you know what identity we're not really allowed to have as Black women? An identity of not knowing. There is a vulnerability in saying, I don't know. I'm unsure. I'm not quite certain about this thing, that I don't think that Black women specifically have been allowed to have. And dark-skinned Black women, even more specifically, are also not allowed to have, because that darkness of skin, it leans masculine in the way that people interpret it. So we're often not allowed to be just a girl. But there I was in the Home Depot, just a girl. And I would like to say that it sort of shifted the way that I see self-esteem, or the way that I was conceptualizing my self-concept, self-esteem, and self-confidence in that moment. Because here's the thing. I think that a lot of us believe that if we do not know something, if we do not have competence in something, competence often translates specifically to confidence, that a lack of confidence also would thus equal that you have a lack of self-esteem. And I want to go ahead and just put you on notice that I noticed it and let you know it's not true. Your lack of competence about something does not have to equal lack of self-esteem. It just means that now you're adding something to your concept of self that you have a lack of familiarity with, that you are uncertain about, that you don't know this thing, right? This is a piece of what you now know about you. You now know that you don't know how to navigate a certain space or a certain idea, a project, whatever it is that you don't know. And it's okay that you don't know. And quite frankly, it felt good to be able to say that I don't know, that I'm unsure, that I have an idea, a rough idea, but that somebody else knows something that I don't, and that I got to be in a space of learning. I got to be in a space of having a lack of assuredness and not be seen as less than or ridiculed. These people taught me, these men taught me. They were just like, well, you want to look for something like this. Here's why, so that I can do it on my own the next time. That's part of what a good teacher is going to do. Now, could I have done without the sweethearts? Absolutely. But also, I recognize that there was a willingness to offer aid that didn't feel bound to judgment, but clearly I'm walking around this aisle and I'm touching this stuff and I'm just like, I'm scratching my head. I look confused. So it felt like I was communicating my confusion. Mostly, it's the way that your body reacts to the things that you are already thinking, knowing, doing, whatever. And other people being able to pick up on that and responding in kind. Oh my goodness, it is really such a beautiful thing. And my self-esteem was not negatively impacted because I didn't have competence. But I recognize that for a lot of us, competence, confidence, and self-esteem go hand in hand, despite the fact that all of these things are different. Self-concept is what you know about yourself. Self-confidence is often related to competence, and self-esteem is how you feel about yourself overall, knowing all the things that you know. I know that I have limited skill set where it comes to anything very, very handy, right? I see the people doing it on the internet, and I am certainly a girly that like my toxic trait is probably If I saw it, I probably could do it. I just need to take my time. Right? And I think that can be true for a lot of us. We watch people who make things look very easy and we start thinking about whether or not we can also do that thing. And the thing is, I know that I can because I have reinforced a closet system in my house once before. I was able to go successfully buy plywood and attach it to the back. I attached it wrong. I now know that. I know that there are multiple ways to attach a thing, and the way I attached it was probably the not the best one. But the point is this: there is a beauty in not knowing and being able to just be a girl, not be an all knowing girl, not be the strong girl, not be the smartest girl, not be the one who has all the answers that other people tend to look toward. And I kind of want that for us to have those moments where it feels safe for us to be just a girl, for us to be able to sit in our space of knowledge, our space of knowing, not have our world, our self-concept, our self-esteem be rocked. Note that no, we may not have as much confidence in this thing, but also have the space and the right people in the space to allow us to have an open mind, an open heart, and to be able to express the vulnerability of, nah, I just don't know. And I recognize that for many of us, not knowing is a threatening thing. It's a threatening thing where people don't already like you, where they already don't want you because by way of racism, sexism, et cetera, right? So by being in a space where I got to just be exactly who I am, I wasn't asking for help, but I did receive help, being open to that help, feeling safe enough to accept that help. I mean, that's really where it's at. Does saying you're just a girl set back feminism? For me, that's a hard no. I think it actually pushes it forward. It allowed me to be a woman. It allowed me to be a girl. It allowed me to be Donna, to be a person who did not know, who doesn't have to have all the answers, but can get answers from people who are more knowledgeable in a way that still feels safe, good, and sane for me. I'm wondering what that space looks like for you. Where are you allowed to just be, new situations or not? Where you're allowed to just be and you don't have to have all the answers, where you don't have to be the one that leads the charge, where you get to be just a girl. Hit me in the comments because I am the inquiring mind that wants to know. Thank you for watching this video, especially if you got here. Go ahead and put a unicorn in the chat section to let me know that you're here. And y'all already know what it is. I'm Dr. Donna. This is the Daily Donna, and I will see you when? Tomorrow, because we do this thing every single day. All right, bye.